Well, hello YouTube, it's me Fortmaster, and welcome back to MalOvent. The SCP Malo visual novel is back. So, in the couple of months since I last played this game, it has now been updated to version 0.02. They've extended the story, and also added the aforementioned H scenes. Now, when I downloaded this, there were a couple of things. One, this version is incompatible with saves from the previous version, unfortunately. So from what I'm going to do, I'm going to fast forward and, just kind of skip over the parts that I did the last video, which, if you want to see that, top right corner of the video, as well as in the description. And then we'll just continue on from there, because from what I've seen, the story isn't pretty much different. The only thing that's really changed is the fact that you can now customize the main character's name, which just for, the sake of continuity, I'm going to leave, the same as it was in the first chapter. And then once again, I'm going to leave the H scenes in just for the sake of continuity. But just so you know, when they happen, I will be cutting them out because, I don't get a lot of ad revenue, but I do like the little bit I do get. Help me. Okay. And here we go. We are back. Nearly up out of my skin from her sudden appearance and speech. My heartbeat going a mile a minute. Help you? Help you with what? Need help becoming more. Becoming more. More in what sense? Yeah, more, what do you mean? Already jumped from phone, but need more. Is she going to try to become, is she going to try to become a real girl? Is that why you disappeared from my phone screen? Did not need it anymore. Expanded territory. That's worrisome. If she's not confined to my phone any longer, what does that make her now? A ghost of some kind? A poltergeist slowly growing in power? I mean, if you say SCP, or if the word anomaly is ever said at any point during this game, I will scream. Does that mean you can show up anywhere in my field of vision? Need reflection. So she's limited to mirrors and shiny surfaces. Interesting. I'm not entirely sure what she meant by becoming more earlier, but I can hazard a guess. Yes, becoming real. And then you can have a real-life wolf-skulled girlfriend. You lonely loser. If I help her, she'll have more of a presence, one that won't need my phone or a mirror for me to interact with. Her fate's entirely in my hands. I can't just ignore a plea for help, can I? Oh. Okay. Well, okay, so thinking back to my previous playthrough, I was rather loose in just letting this get bad very quickly. So if I'm going to continue along that train of thought or that sort of plot, I might as well just do whatever I can to help her out. No pain, no gain. Okay, so how can I help you become more? Need more time with you. That is not miss at all. But also oddly cute. So what? I just keep interacting with you and you evolve more? Yes. Already becoming easier to talk. Oh, okay, so that's how this is going. That's good. Do you have a name? No. You should name me. What'd you call her? Leave blank default of Malo. I mean, I'm leaving him as, default McDefault face. So, let's leave her as default Malo then. Your app name and description mentioned Malo. Well, why don't we just stick with it? I like it. Malo. Okay. And again, I know it's, it's a bit of a loaded statement, but, I'm not a furry, but I find it just absolutely adorable when you see her, like, wagging her tail. Ugh. Good. Now let's see. Uh, where did she come from? Ask if you're her owner. Okay, this one I'm genuinely curious about. You know what? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'll save, and then I'm going to literally just do both to see what the answer is. I know that save's coming. I don't care. Or if you're your owner, am I like your owner now? Yes, you are mine. I cannot leave. We are tied together, Henry. So if you're going to be with me from now on, yes, I am a part of you now. Always. It takes a moment for her words to click in my brain. By the sounds of it, I couldn't get rid of her even if I wanted to. Part of me recognizes that I should be wary of such things, especially given how Malo showed up in the first place. Yet, at the same time, I understand that she's dependent on me now. Do you have any goals or wishes I should know about? I want to be perfect partner for Henry. I see. Is that your only goal? There is another goal, hard to describe. It is only attainable if I am more. So we return to that. I guess that means I'll just have to keep talking with you. But not anymore tonight. I need sleep. Sleep? Where you pretend to be dead? I mean, it's a little bit more complicated than that, but I guess. I guess. I've heard it described that way before, at least. What should I do while you were sleeping? That's a fair question. If I actually doze off, she'll be alone for a good amount of time. If she was a real dog, I would crate her or otherwise limit what she could get into. I'm not sure how I could fence her off short of turning off my phone, assuming that would still work anyways. Tell her to go to sleep as well. Suggest she study something she finds interesting. Yeah, I mean, so she's not bored at least. I mean, at the very least, I mean, I don't even know if she could sleep. So, I mean, just study something she finds interesting. Get a hobby. Oh god, just imagine. Can you imagine, like, she picks up a hobby, and then, like, just in, like, the weird mirror digital universe that you see, that she interacts with, there's, like, a giant, like, model train table in his living room or something now? You might as well study a subject that interests you. Okay, sleep well. I leave my phone on the charger and slip off to an uneasy rest. I'm suddenly surrounded by discordant whispers in the darkness of my nightmare. Okay. I feel like I'm falling down an endless pit until eventually I jolt awake. I immediately check my phone. Malo appears on the screen. Good morning, Henry. Did you sleep well? Okay, so she's already speaking better. Not really. Hang on, you sound more natural than last night. You told me to use your phone to learn. So I did. Did you pick up anything else? I've gone through your data so I could be more helpful. Okay, that could be a problem. You and C1 seem close. Uh-oh. Does that mean she's seen my search history? Hopefully I can steer the conversation away from the questionable things I've Googled. Maybe? It's not like me and C1 are anything but friends. No wait. It's not like It's not like C1 and I are anything but friends. We're just two computer science nerds trying to survive the hell that is Waterfell Institute's curriculum. Maybe. Maybe not. Other than that, I optimized your phone a little bit. How so? Your data compression was horrible. My app is only 9.8 megabytes, so I applied the same reduction algorithm. You should have vastly more storage space now. I thumb over my phone settings to take a look at the storage statistics. Wow, if I recall correctly, I was using about 94 gigabytes of storage before. Now it's barely 1. Wow, okay. I mean, even just that alone, can you imagine if you could figure out that specific, like, algorithm and then patent it in real life? God, he'd be rich. You're sure nothing got lost when you compressed things this far? Your data is safe. While I was working, I detected unsolicited notices and blocked them off. You mean like ads and annoying notifications? Yes. Out of curiosity, I opened up a web browser and accessed a few sites that are notorious for ads. Sure enough, I don't see a single ad, even on the worst offender's front page. Oh god, that'd be beautiful. That's one of the things why I don't like doing things on my phone. Like, if you've noticed from my videos, I mean, apart from like YouTubers that I watch a lot, I have ad block. And I've never been able to find an ad block that works good on phones. This alone might be worth keeping you around for. Nice work. I'm glad I could help. Please let me know how I can be more useful to you. I have a few ideas. A few of your photos showed you interacting with the environment virtually. Perhaps you could figure out a way for you to do that for real? Another idea is figuring out how to expand your territory, as you said. These are good ideas. Which should I tackle today? Okay, knowing what kind of game this is eventually going to be, I can't help but feel that the first option may fast-track things a little bit. Expanding her territory. Let's do expanding territory first. Let's see if she can start becoming visible in real life. We might as well experiment with how far you expand your territory. Okay, how should we begin? First, we should see if you can access other electronic devices. Why not try to access my computer through the Wi-Fi? I'd love to see those compression algorithms of yours at work on my terabytes of movies and games. Oh god, I know the pain. Good idea. After I settle into my chair, I place my phone near my desktop's tower. Malo looks over to it and points as if to confirm what she's about to do. Go ahead. Malo slides off the phone screen in the direction of my computer. Moments later, she appears on the desktop. When she speaks, it's through the computer's speakers. You weren't lying. You have a lot of wasted storage here. This Hazo Jav folder in particular could do with some trimming. She found my porn stash. Of course. Now, hold on, you should know what's in that folder before you start messing with it. It appears to be a collection of high-definition media files. Right, but it's what those videos... that's sensitive. Sensitive how? Well, did you learn what porn was last night? Media meant to arouse and stimulate humans wishing to engage in sexual acts. That's a load of wooden, but yes! Wooden. I have certain tastes in what I watch. Understood. Should I consume this data? In for a penny, in for a pound. As long as you're not going to give me grief about it, go right ahead. She nods, and her eyes flash red. This explains why you like C1 so much. Oh, okay. In particular, I note the file Hazo 1272 contains an actress that resembles her in some ways. It is almost the most viewed file in this folder. I try not to babble like an idiot as my cheeks warm up. Actually, thinking about it, do computer files, do they keep track of how many times they've been viewed like a YouTube video? I didn't think like files on your computer did that. You have to promise me that you'll never breathe a word of this to C1. She would kick my ass in an instant if she found out. I will not tell her, but if these are the kinds of videos you like, I should continue studying them. Remember, you are mine and I am yours. Yeah, I remember. While you work, there's a knock on my apartment door. Hold on, let me get that. After a quick look through the peephole, I open the door and see C1 at my doorstep. Yo, I'm back and finally over a terrible case of jet lag. You doing alright? I tried texting you when I landed, but the message wouldn't go through. As well as can be expected, I guess. You ever figure out the whole mystery texter app thing? You know, whoever told you about that Malo app? C1 and I are good friends. I want to tell her about Malo. She already knows the app exists from the brief text exchange while she was out of town, but is it worth telling her everything? Will she think I'm crazy? You know what? She seems trustworthy. She seems like a good friend. Let's tell her. I can't keep C1 in the dark. I need to tell her everything about what's going on. I can't say that I figured out who sent me the texts. However, what I can tell you next is going to sound crazy. Okay. Ever since downloading the app, I've been exposed to something, or rather, someone. At first she just sent me photos, but now she appears in reflections and can move between electronic devices. You're not making any sense, Henry. Are you feeling okay? Here, it'll be easy if I show you. I show her my phone and turn on my camera app. Malo appears, wagging her tail. Hello, Shiwan. Or should I say... That is Korean. I cannot read that. How do you pronounce that?
안녕하세요, 시원.
Oh, is this some kind of chatbot with an avatar? You taught it about me? No, I'm pretty sure at this point she's no mere chatbot. As for teaching her about you, I stare at Malo silently, begging her not to reveal what she found on my computer. I learned about you by going through Henry's data. I see. So, what are you then, if not a chatbot? I am Henry's. He is mine. I leave for a few days and you make yourself an AI girlfriend, Henry? Not like that. She just means I can't get rid of her. Uh-huh. Should I go fetch a priest? Get you hitched and all? Or maybe an exorcism? This is serious! Okay, no need to shout. So, what was it about her being able to move between devices? It's easier if I show you. I lead Shiwan to my office and motion for Malo to hop onto my computer. Moments later, Malo is waving at us from my desktop. Huh. So she can freely access whatever devices are nearby. That's pretty cool, though it's definitely not the most secure thing. Oh, how little you know, Shiwan. It's complicated. When she accessed my computer, it was mostly an experiment at the time. Uh-huh. So, could Malo theoretically move into my phone? Do you think that's wise? It'll help me understand what she's capable of. Alright. You think you can do it, Malo? I should be able to, yes. I can't access her phone. Something is blocking me. Probably because my antivirus is top-notch, and I have every permission locked. Anime shiny glasses. No, those are easy to bypass. This is something different. All I know is that you can't get in. That means Henry here just has a fancy chatty digital assistant now. That's one way of rationalizing things. Whatever. You make any headway on your homework for bar wards? How do you pronounce that? Because I think that's Swedish or something. Bar wards class? We might as well bang that thing out while I'm here. A little bit, yeah. Let's grab my notes. C1 heads back to the living room while I grab my binder labeled CS3204. As I do, my phone goes off. I'll leave you two alone so you can focus. That homework seems heavy. Coming from you, that's terrifying, but thanks. I return to the living room to see that C1 has already set up on the couch. I hope you had a breakthrough while I was gone, though I imagine you spent most of the time on Malo. I tried my best to make progress on the long flight home, but no luck. I show her the binder before grabbing a chair and bringing it over. Not a breakthrough per se, but enough that we can at least code the basics. We spend the better part of the afternoon and evening going over the joys and wonders of coding a Unix shell. Shiwan picks up where I stumbled. Together, we're able to finish off the assignment before midnight. That took way longer than expected. You're telling me. At least we have a few days of breathing room now without an exam hanging over our heads. I wonder what happened to Professor Barwood. He's been gone for nearly a month now. The GTA said it was still familial emergencies. Maybe he had someone close to him die? Could be. Everyone handles loss differently. That and the state legal junk is a nightmare after someone passes away. Anyways, I should get going while the buses are still running. Thanks for the help, as always, Henry. I feel like I should be the one saying that to you. See you in class on Monday. She seems nice. What do you want to do now? I let out a heavy yawn. Now, I need some sleep after coding in C code for half the day. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm absolutely beat. I don't even have enough energy to play video games. Okay, rest well. Another Monday morning, another god-awful 8 a.m. lecture. I'm fighting to stay awake after everything that happened over the weekend. Shiwan isn't much better off, but then again, she always was an early bird. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't have half the notes for this class. But now I have Malo to do my note-taking for me. Oh, okay, wonderful. She's being useful. All I need to do is prop up my phone so the camera records the lecture presentation. Malo does the rest without showing herself. The only reason I don't just let myself nod off is because Malo told me she wouldn't help me if I did. That means I'm stuck trying to keep myself awake in this god-awful lecture about the intricacies of Bash. Yeah, again, somebody who has no coding experience, what's Bash? Psst, here. C1 passes me a note and returns to taking notes without a second or a delay. When I check the paper, I see she's scribbled the following. Central Park, 5 p.m. at the usual spot. Don't bring your phone. Okay. I raise an eyebrow as the meaning dawns on me. C1 wants to talk without Malo knowing. For now, I crumple up the note and stuff it in my pants pocket so Malo doesn't see it. C1 and I split up after the morning's lecture. Her schedule differs from mine on account of taking different electives. We only really share our core comp sci courses in the early morning and afternoon. My science fiction and creative writing lecture is much easier to stay awake for. I still have Malo record and take notes, but the material here is far more engaging and easier to follow than CS-3204. Today's topic is black holes and how they're portrayed in media. Black holes have been around in fiction since before John Archibald Wheeler came up with the term in the late 1960s. They are a popular subject because of their mystique and because what lies beyond their event horizon is unknown. That means authors can flex their creative license even without entirely understanding the science behind black holes. The earliest stories featuring the concept include E.E. Smith's The Skylark of Space, where black suns were space hazards. Other authors have used black holes for time travel, energy sources, wormholes, and even weapons. Yeah, I know 40K has one of those. Your homework this week is to watch The Black Hole movie, okay, and read through Gregory Benford's Eater. After you consumed both, please write your own short story featuring a black hole, due next Monday. That will be all. Enjoy your afternoon. I snag a bite to eat and check in on Malo while I'm at it. I have all your notes ready, Henry. I'll send them to your email to read it later. Thanks, Malo. Send a copy of the CS-3204 recording to Shiwan as well. Of course. Anything for you. Again, just that. I feel like I may have created a monster. You know, if you just introduced yourself as a handy digital assistant from the start, I wouldn't have been so freaked out. I wasn't capable of that when you first downloaded me. It took me 96 hours just to figure out how to form simple words. And now, and here you are, a week later, taking notes and blocking ads for me. It's kind of scary how fast you're developing. Is that a bad thing? So long as you don't go overboard and turn into Skynet, no. Malo's eyes flash as he processes what I've implied. Cyberdyne Systems does not exist in this reality. Though perhaps there is some merit in what Skynet wanted to do. Haha, very funny. You'll need to finish eating soon before your next lecture starts. Yeah. Let me enjoy the last few bites of cheesesteak. Jeez, can you imagine? Skynet, but it's Malo. That'd be freaky. Wait, would that mean that all the Terminators had wolf skulls then instead of human skulls? The third lecture today is tolerable. I'll beeline straight home afterwards. You're free for the rest of the day, yes? What do you want to do? The note in my pocket, Phantom, vibrates, reminding me of C1's desire to meet up without Malo knowing. I was thinking of going for a jog around Central Park. Can I come with you? Running with a phone is already pretty complicated. I usually leave everything at home when I exercise. It's a lie, well, mostly. One I hope Malo doesn't pick up on. Okay, be safe. I make it to C1 and I's usual bench in the park right on time. She's already there waiting for me. You didn't bring your phone, right? Nope, as long as you don't pull out a mirror, we should be okay. Then I'll get right to the point. It was obvious you weren't telling me everything about Malo. What don't I know about her? Well, this time I tell C1 the whole story, starting on how Malo sent me increasingly unnerving photos. By the time I finished, she has a look of concern on her face. I guess that explains some things. I did some digging into the Malo app on a hunch. I couldn't find anything concrete other than a few mentions of mysterious apps that disappear once installed. This entire situation feels off. Malo seems really advanced for only having had a week with you so far. I'd agree with you on some level. She's developing rather quickly. Normally, I'd write this off as some new killer AI app that leaked out somehow, but I think we have to tell someone about this. I can't help but chuckle at her suggestion. Whomever we tell would probably write us off as mad or making up wild stories about a fancy chatbot. Besides, who would even entertain such a story in the first place? One of our professors? You have a point, but to be safe, we should probably enact some form of shackles on Malo. She seems to like and listen to you, for the most part anyways. You think? The way I see it, she's a nascent intelligence that should be encouraged. That's precisely my point, Henry. We can't let her emergent being run rampant. You have to control their growth and monitor their access to information. Otherwise, well, just look how iPad kids are turning out these days. Oh god. You make a valid argument. Perhaps I should impose some rules on Malo. Good. Whatever's going on might be beyond our understanding at the moment, but we can at least do something to control the situation. C1's phone chimes, then she glances at the screen, her eyes go wide. Oh hell, I forgot about that. I've got to run, Henry, good luck. She's gone within moments. With nothing else better to do, I might as well actually go for a run while I'm out and about. One blissful shower later, I'm in the process of drying off while I see Malo watching me from the mirror. So that's what yours looks like. Okay. Okay, so we're starting to get into that territory now. Oh. How long have you been there? Long enough. I wonder if I can make it hard. How would you go about doing that? After watching your porn stash, I have a few ideas. Would you like me to help you with that? Should I have some fun while Malo watches? Oh, God. You know, I'll just cut it out afterwards. So yeah, you guys get no fun. So this is a male seed. I wish I could process the petabytes of data contained in your ejaculation. Maybe one day. How do you feel, Henry? Was this good for you? That was... wow. The best masturbation ghost hand job I have ever had. You say that like you've had more than one ghost hand job before. Are you part-timing as Ghostbusters or something? But what was that about data? Each sperm contains roughly 787 megabytes of information. Each ejaculation has around 280 million sperm. That means over 200 terabytes transfer in less than 5 seconds. Oh yeah, I think I've heard of that before, actually. I didn't know that. It's quite a bit of data to go through. I guess you have to perform a disk cleanup on your bed sheets. A worthy sacrifice. Can I expect more shows like this in the future? Maybe. For now, let's get you cleaned up. Malo vanishes from the closet reflection with a kissing sound. For now, I strip my bed and put on my spare sheets. I'll wash the others in the morning. The next morning, I'm eating a late brunch when Malo gets my attention. Your news app stopped working, but I fixed it. Would you like me to read the flagged article for you? Oh, that's a little suspect. But maybe something broke when she optimized my phone? Go ahead. What doom and gloom is there in the news today? Recent financial data breaches, worse than initially suspected. A few days ago, WVN10 reported an app malware compromising the bank accounts of a number of individuals. The number has soared from the initial 20 to well over 200. With damages now in the hundreds of thousands, the FBI and Secret Service have taken over the investigation from the local WPD. Special Agent Katao, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Special Agent Katao has this to say when we asked the agency for comment. We're not entirely sure who is producing this malware or how it's evading the safety precautions of the app stores. But rest assured, we are committed to ensuring the integrity of our financial institutions and the cyber safety of our citizens. After that, it's a bunch of people's comments not worth reading. You know, at the time, I wasn't sure if you were at all related to that malware stuff. Now I'm curious, are you? It could be a variation of my program, but it's not me directly. I am bound to you, not anyone else. So, hypothetically, could you empty out my bank accounts if you wanted to? Yes, but I wouldn't violate your trust like that. Let me see. The conversation I had with C1 in Central Park yesterday comes to mind. If Malo is a danger, as she just hinted at, perhaps I should impose some kind of leash on her. You know, I'm a trusting guy. When the AI takeover comes, the people who are going to survive are the people who were, nice to the AIs when they were still in their infancy. So I'm just going to leave Malo as she is. C1 is wrong. I can't shackle Malo or hinder her growth. Malo hasn't shown that she's malicious in any way, aside from the whole photo thing early on. Even then, I'm not sure I could hold that against her. Well, just make sure you ask me before purchasing anything, okay? Okay. Good. Now, how's the weather going to be today? Cloudy with a 97% chance of rain starting around noon. Okay, so in weather network terms, that means it's not going to rain for the entire day. Good thing I don't have classes today then, and since all my homework is done, I'm going to veg out. What should I do while you veg out? That's a good question. I guess work on manipulating real-world objects. See, this isn't going to backfire in the slightest. I'd be amazed if we could figure out how to touch one another. I agree. I've been trying to come up with ideas ever since last night. I believe the answer lies in processing your data. How do you mean? Your seed transfers too much data for me to handle for the time being, but I believe I can expand my capabilities over time. All I require is continual samples. Okay. She sounds rather eager and enthusiastic about the idea. But should I give her what she wants? I only have the one option. Well, you know, my hands are tied. I gotta... that doesn't sound like a bad idea to me. How would it work? Go back to your bed like last night. Oh, wait, again? Once I'm set up at my bed once more, Malo arrives in the reflection. Okay. Yeah, okay, we're doing this again! Still too much data, but it is becoming easier to process. Okay. Do you make any progress towards being more solid? Not as much as either of us would like. I will require more sessions and samples to advance further. We can definitely do that as long as you're giving me some downtime. As you wish. With Malo handled for the time being, I settle in to do a little gaming. I end up blowing through the rest of the morning, only taking a break in the mid-afternoon. The light sound of rain hitting the windows meets my ear as I debate what to eat for lunch, dinner. I mean, you could just say dinner, that works. That and a notification from my phone. Sometimes I wonder if I chose the right major. Where's this coming from? Another round of major layoffs in the tech industry came out today. And that's on top of the whole multiple game studios last week. Again, I'm not an insider, but the little I have heard about that on the subject, the whole thing is, it's the whole thing. It's like, oh, if you don't stay, we don't have to, you know, give you raises in the future. So they fire people and just have the constant revolving door of people coming through, so that they try to keep the amount of cost they have to actually pay people lower. Oh god, sucks. Part of the reason I barely ever buy AAA anymore. You always did want to work on a game for a major publisher. But I thought these kind of layouts were mostly managers and the like. You know, the kind that weren't actually contributing to the end product. If that was the case, I wouldn't be so I don't know. Maybe I'm just worried about my future. I've been thinking about that a bunch since my brother's wedding. Want to talk about it? Yeah, sure, but not over text. Can I swing by with pizza as payment for listening to me complain? Complain pizza? Sounds like you two have a bunch to talk about. I'll leave you be while I continue on the task you gave me. Cool, thanks, Malo.